Hi there. So, if you ignore your health, it will go away. Hi. So, today what I want to do is I want to address some of the misconceptions about chiropractic care, because there's a few out there, and we addressed one in the last video, which was all about chiropractic is not based on science. Well, neuroanatomy, anatomy, muscles, joints, I mean, you can't dispute that they exist. And, you know, a muscle is a muscle, a nerve is a nerve, and a joint is a joint. So today, what I want to do is I want to talk about something that, unfortunately, there is quite a large group of people out there who believe that chiropractic is dangerous, or chiropractic adjustments are dangerous. So that's what we're going to talk about. So you really need to give attention to the next few minutes, because it's important that you understand sort of about chiropractic. So why do I believe that chiropractic is not dangerous? Well, firstly, I've been doing it for 25 years. I've treated over 30,000 people. I've done over 140,000 adjustments, and I'm very proud to say that I haven't damaged anybody or killed anybody. I know from my own personal experience that chiropractic in my hands is very safe. And I also know that chiropractic in the hands of a qualified chiropractor like myself, who's gone through the 4-5 years of chiropractic training that it takes to become a chiropractor, has got their BSc, has got their Masters of Science for Chiropractic, and is registered with the General Chiropractic Council, right? Then you are in safe hands. How do you check? Well, what you do is you go onto the internet and you look for General Chiropractic Council, and you put in the name of the chiropractor or the postcode in your area, and you will come up with a list of all the chiropractors that are registered chiropractors. So they have gone through the necessary qualification for chiropractors and have then been registered by the General Chiropractic Council, and you can pretty much guarantee that you're in good, safe, capable hands. Just like you would go to the General Medical Council to check up on a GP or a consultant, for example. You know, you'd go to the council that is applicable to them, because they all have to register as well to ensure that you are being looked after by the appropriately qualified practitioner therapist. Great. So that out the way. The training that we go through is very, very similar for the first 2 to 3 years as any GP consultant would go through. Because basically what we do is we cover the basics. We cover pharmacology, we cover sort of biochemistry, we cover physiology, we cover anatomy, and we all cover that. But what we do then, which is very different from the GPs and consultants, is we don't cover as much pharmacology, and then we start to specialize much more in the practical side of what it is that we do as chiropractors. And we focus much, much more on joints, anatomy, muscles, and nerves. So I know a lot more about all of that than a GP does, for example. And the GP knows a lot more about pharmacy, drugs, than I do. And I don't mind that. But if I need to find something, if one of my patients comes in and they're on a drug and I need to know what side effects that they potentially might have, which may sort of affect my adjustments, then I can check. Okay, and I always do. I always do. So, in the right hands of a chiropractor that is fully qualified, you are in really safe hands. Safe hands, right? It is very, very rare for a qualified chiropractor to make a mistake and give you an adjustment that may cause you any harm. Okay, now obviously, there have been instances, and I'm not going to say there's none, there have been instances, very few and far between, where chiropractors are in the press because unfortunately a mistake has been made, but it's so rare. Now, let's talk a little bit about sort of the other sort of therapies that you may be undergoing, which is surgery and conventional sort of medicine like drugs. So in a surgery, for example, right, you are likely to have sort of problems with the anesthesia, infection and surgical errors, right? And while exact figures vary depending on the type of surgery, studies have shown that surgical mortality rates can range from 0.1 to 5% or higher, whereas a study done of 7,221 patients with low onset back pain found that the prevalence of serious pathology among those presenting for chiropractic care was only 0.48%. 0.48%. So very, very low. It's because the chiropractors did an effective screening at the pre-consult, right? The consultation that was undertaken before any treatment was administered. Now let's go on to medication. So on to medication, adverse drug reactions are a significant cause of morbidity and mortality. In the United States, it's estimated that adverse drug reactions from medication that has been prescribed by a GP, the deaths range from 100,000 plus, 100,000 plus, from adverse reactions to a medication that has been correctly prescribed. And of course, these figures can vary and they can actually be higher than that. And that's a lot more than chiropractic. Take, for example, chiropractic adjustments that are conducted in America. Now, in America, where there are a lot more chiropractors than in Europe, okay, so an estimated figure is that there are 1 million chiropractic adjustments conducted every single day. 1 million chiropractic adjustments conducted every single day in the US, in America alone, every single day. And how many of those people have adverse reactions? Yes, an adverse reaction could be a soreness, muscle ache, right? A little bit of stiffness afterwards, but certainly nothing more adverse than that, okay? So hopefully that sort of helps you understand that chiropractic is not dangerous. Okay, you just have to make sure that you go to a properly qualified chiropractor, easy to find. Go to the General Chiropractic Council, make sure that that chiropractor is registered with them and you're in more than safe hands. Okay, because pharmaceutical drugs have side effects. Surgery is dangerous. Right? And one of the things of regular chiropractic care can do for you is hopefully avoid medication and avoid surgery. And that's got to be a good thing. Hopefully that sort of allays some fears that you may have about the dangers of chiropractic, but have a look, do the studies yourself. Have a look and see how many people sort of die from adverse reactions from surgeries and infections and from anesthesia side effects and also from medication as well. I'm not here to knock medication, I'm not here to knock surgery. I just want to put it into perspective with chiropractic care adjustments. And after 25 years, I can assure you that if you come and see me at Bedford Chiropractic Clinic, Dr. Sandhu, for all my beautiful Bedfordshire community, then you are in very safe hands. And I wish you the best of health, because there's no greater wealth than health. Do follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, we're on all the platforms. And also we have an incredible number of videos on YouTube. Do follow us, do share, because it's important that if you find something that's useful, interesting, share it. You know, don't just share somebody like doing something stupid on Instagram and TikTok. You know, share something that's valuable, something that might be beneficial and sort of just help them, help their health, because there is no greater wealth than health. So I wish you all the best. If you're in Bedford, if you need some help, you know where to come. And I will be back with another misconception about chiropractic at the next video. God bless you.